Hey bros, Nerf hooked me up with one of their care packages for free again, so let's check it out. Alright bros, this is what's inside. I've got the new Nerf Hyper blasters and more, so let's show you what's inside. First is the Nerf Hyper Rush 40. Now this is a spring-powered blaster and it comes with 30 rounds. And it's the pistol version of their new Nerf Hyper Blaster. And if you don't know much about it, the new Nerf Hyper Blaster has the new Nerf Hyper rounds, which are smaller than the regular rival rounds. So there's that. This is a Nerf Hyper face mask, and it's in blue. I think this would be a good idea to wear this because if someone's shooting at you with a Hyper Blaster and those rounds are coming at you at 110 FPS, you want some face protection. Alright, next is the Nerf Hyper Siege 50. Now this kind of looks like a Nerf pump action shotgun version of the Hyper line. And it looks like it comes with 40 rounds. And this is a reload canister with 100 Hyper rounds in it. So you can use this to reload your Nerf Hyper Blaster much quicker. I think you could just take this and dump them right into the blaster. And it comes with like a tack rail attachment, so you can have it somewhere on your blaster. And last but not least is the Nerf Hyper Mach 100. And I think this is going to be your electric flywheel version of the Hyper Blaster. And it comes with 80 rounds. So for this video, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox the Nerf Hyper Rush 40. All right, bros, here's the Nerf Hyper Rush 40. On the front of the packaging, I guess this is part of the blaster that it's sticking through the box, and you can feel the round here, and you can definitely feel that it's different compared to this one. This feels almost a little sticky. It shows again that it comes with 30 rounds, and I believe I also saw that it includes eye protection too, so that's pretty cool. Let's open it. All right, so I thought this was part of the blaster, but it's not. It's actually just cardboard. And there still is a round in there, so I gotta figure out how to get that out. Actually, I think I'm going to leave it inside. So inside the box, you get the blaster, you get eye protection, you get the rounds, and you get instructions. So let's first take a look at the blaster. When you first pick it up, it's actually heavier than I expected it to be. So this is pretty solid. And what's nice is that you've got the painting on both sides. I mean, it's generally they're both sides painted, but they're usually not the same completely on both sides. So that is pretty cool. You have a tack rail here, a tack rail here. You have a tack rail here and here. You have a sling mount here. You have a front sight here and a rear sight here. Here's the trigger, and it's kind of skeletonized, so that's cool. And let's see this. So you have one big slide here. And that's a little bit more difficult than I expected to pull back. Oh, and I just found this out. You also have a safety here, and up is fire, yes, and down is safe. Right here is your hopper lid, and you just pull it up like that, and then you can pour your rounds inside the hopper, and you snap it to close. And then back here you have a reset switch and a little window to let you know that it's been primed. I'll go ahead and prime it. And now you can see that the window shows green to let you know that it's primed. Now let's say if it's jammed and you can't fire it. You can pull this little reset switch down, which frees it up. And then you can cock it again to help clear your jam. They must have a pretty powerful spring in this because, again, like I said, it's not easy to pull that back. All right, so now let's take a look at these rounds. Now here is a regular Nerf rival round, and here is the new Hyper round. Supposedly these are gonna bounce more than that. So that's quite a bit of bouncing. So you can see that maybe this, how it's more solid, that it bounces more than this one. Although this still bounces pretty good. Here are the rounds side by side, the rival round here and the new Hyper round. And the rival round, I think, is made out of foam, kind of like, you know, the foam darts. Whereas this is made out of a thermoplastic rubber. And it's almost kind of feels like silicone. And as I squeeze them, you can see this is easier to squeeze than this one. I have to put more effort into this to squeeze it compared to this. And obviously you can see the size difference as well. I don't know if you can see this up close, but the round also is not smooth. It's kind of dimply like the Nerf rival round. And one last thing that's obvious is the new Hyper round is a little bit different color than the rival round. This is more of a neon yellow, where this is more of like a standard yellow. All right, bros, let's go ahead and chrono this blaster. 110.9, 107.6, 114.5, 115.1, 110.8, 112.6, 95.7, 113.5, 111.12, and 113.5. So the high was 115.1, the low was 95.7, and the average was 110.5, which is basically right what it says on the box. And actually it may be a little bit higher because the 95.7 is kind of, you know, an outlier to me. All right, so to use it, we've got to open the hopper door and put our rounds inside. And let's just see if we can, it's probably not that easy to dump them in with this. I don't think that was designed to dump them in. All right, so that's 30 rounds, bros, and it holds up to 40 rounds. So we have a little bit of space left in there. All right, so what I gotta do next is I've gotta prime it by pulling the slide back. And then let's fire and see how it goes. And that's pretty powerful, bros. All right, before we go ahead and field test this blaster, let's check out the Nerf Hyper face mask. If you don't want just eye protection, you can get this to cover your whole face. Because I'm sure that there are some people out there that like face protection and they don't want to, you know, get shot in the teeth or the cheek or whatever. Here's the mask. And it's pretty simple. Now let me try it on. All right, bros, here's what it looks like with the mask on. The inside of the mask has rubber where it attaches around your eyes, and it kind of reminds me of a swimming mask. It has two adjustment points for the straps. You have a top one, and then you have a side one. Now I'm going to test the range of this blaster by shooting at that garage over there that's about 90 feet away. Since the rounds are so small, it's hard to see the rounds in the video hitting the garage, but they did hit the garage, so I know that the rounds can fly further than 90 feet. Next, I tested the long-range accuracy of this blaster by shooting at drift over there that's about 50 feet away.
Alright guys, I'm going to test the accuracy of this blaster by shooting these cans. So I think this Nerf Hyper Blaster is pretty good. It's powerful and it's accurate, but it is a little hard to cock. and it does have a little bit of drop, but if you account for that, then I'd say it's pretty good.
There's another thing about this blaster that I noticed later that I haven't showed to you yet, and that is inside the barrel, it's ribbed. And I think that's supposed to make the rounds fly straighter. All right, so I think the Nerf Hyper series is an interesting and cool addition to the Nerf line of blasters. All right, guys, it's shout out time. The first shout out goes to Giovanni Olivio. The next shout out goes to Abu Tatiya. The next shout out goes to King Spidey the Man. The next shout out goes to Kit Kat Blue Eye. The next shout out goes to Ronaldo Flores. The next shout out goes to Genuinely Bad. The next shout out goes to Frankie Garcia. The next shout out goes to Ant Gamer Here No. The next shout out goes to Kristen Harvey. The next shout out goes to Noob Galaxy 101 Forever Boy. The next shout out goes to Bus Lover Forever. The next shout out goes to Piano Man Shorts. The next shout out goes to CC Gray. The next shout out goes to Sunny Salanga. The next shout out goes to Kize Hospedales. The next shout out goes to Anna Jones. The next shout out goes to H-Tut Phone Elwin. The next shout out goes to Vadrama V. The next shout out goes to Gabriel's World. The next shout out goes to Bronco Number 9. The next shout out goes to Crazy Games 1000. The next shout out goes to AHC Crafts. The next shout out goes to Jay Davis. The next shout out goes to Dentist Jaden. The next shout out goes to Eduardo Turan. The next shout out goes to Laredz Borst. The next shout out goes to SBSP TLH South Park Lego Ninjago and Monkey Kid Fanatic 2004. The next shout out goes to XYB Conte. The next shout out goes to Nochilus Jr. The next shout out goes to Walter the God 100. The next shout out goes to Miguel Garcia. The next shout out goes to Ernesto El Compa. The next shout out goes to M4A1 Airsoft. Hey bros, if you want to shout out, then go to the community tab on our channel and go to the most recent post and type I want to shout out. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell. Be happy, peace out.